I'm seeing that Ayurveda is getting so much popular these days, and everywhere and globally, it is getting being acknowledged. And you are the one who is doing this, obviously.
I'm not the
Set,
only one. Yeah, I'm
but you are the
definitely part of it.
Pranacharya of Ayurveda. I've seen that. So, how far was it easy for you to make it a name for the whole households across the world?
Honestly, it's now 2 decades old journey, and it was not at all easy.
Yeah.
In the initial part, whenever we talked about Ayurveda in developed countries like US, UK,
Yeah.
Canada, Australia, when we went over there initially, we were not always welcome over there. So in the beginning part, it was a tough journey. But then
Definitely.
gradually, all thanks to the current government of India also, they are doing so much. Then the Ayush department, they are doing so much for us. Gradually, as the scientific evidence-based treatment has started growing in Ayurveda, that has really helped out a lot. And now, by the grace of Almighty, due to all these
Yeah.
changes which have come in the field of Ayurveda, we now see the educated lot really searching for authentic Ayurveda with us. And it's there where we are different from others. We always try to make Ayurveda authentic for you. We do not go for those ancient pudiyas, those squats, and everything. Everything which we are giving to a child is really very tasty. I'll just show you one of the combinations. You can see now this is Brino RDS, one of our combinations. If you see the packing and the kind in which we are providing it to you, you won't feel it's Ayurveda. Because over here, what we are doing is that
Yes.
these are just dry syrups.
Modernize the Ayurveda.
Yes, this is just like a dry syrup, any other allopathic dry syrup is. So that is very tasty for the child to consume, very convenient with us, very less dosage, and at the same time, it's so safe because there is no metals. We use Ayurveda without using metals. So it's only the herbs which we use so that it remains safe for your child. Yeah.
That's what's becoming the name for every household across the world. So, not to waste our time, that's very informative from your side. Let's take our next question from. It is from one of our members, which is from India, that is Miss Anita, and who asks, "Dear doctor, what is the best age to start autism treatment to ensure that a completely non-verbal child develops speech and communication skills effectively?"
I'll say as quickly as possible, Nitaji. As quickly as you can do it. Because see what happens is below 4.5 years of age, a child is at a reflex language development age. Now, at that age, if we start the treatment, what happens is the child is already learning a lot from the world around him. We don't need to put in so many of efforts merely by herbs and few techniques which we guide you. It's pretty much possible at your own home that the child will start speaking firstly single words like papa, mama, biscuit, apple, and like this, and then combine two words and then gradually sentences. So the ideal age is as quickly as possible. However, below 12 years of age, if any child is coming to us, till the child is not a teenager, till the hormonal levels, the testosterone level is not very high for the boys, and the other hormonal levels are not very high for the girls,
Okay.
the behavior modification is still pretty much possible. So that's why the ideal age is as younger as possible. But we get so many kids below 12 years where we are able to bring them out of autism, and there are others who approach us pretty late. But we are able to modify the behavior with the help of the herbs which we are using.
Okay, there is one general inquiry from the mom to Farah and Sasha from Nova Scotia, and her inquiry is about what frequent meltdowns and aggressions. And his son is speech delayed also. And what can she do to help her son with frequent meltdown and aggression? He's also speech delayed.
See, when we talk about the frequent meltdowns, the aggression which a child is coming across, the most important thing which you should keep in mind is that your behavior really matters a lot for your child. There are at least 50% of meltdowns which can be avoided if the parents they modify their behavior. Firstly, you need to modify because you very well must be aware that these are the kind of scenarios where I'll get my child meltdown. So, aggression will be there in certain scenarios. Cut down those things up to 50%. That is one thing. That is something which will help without even medication. And then we come to certain herbs. There are certain herbs which are pitta pacifying herbs, which are aggression pacifying herbs. One of them is pearl, a mineral. Pearl is something which is an ornamental thing also. Medically, it's calcium carbonate, but technically, if pearl, which is said, if pearl is worn, people say anyone who is having anger issues can wear a pearl. That really helps out a lot. So, if we are consuming that pearl instead, rather than wearing it, and we are consuming it in a proper technical manner, in which Ayurveda has specified of grinding that pearl in gulab jal. After the end of this live session of ours, I'll be sharing a video with my viewers on how that is done. That is done in the classical method. You really enjoy that. So once that is given, it really pacifies the mood to a lot of extent. And then there are certain herbs which are again anger pacifying herbs. One of them is jatamansi, one of them is tagar. There are so many herbs which we use, and we have developed a combination on the name of Brenoir DS. Now, that Brenoir DS is for someone who is really having a lot of aggression issues. You're having various varieties of Brenoir which we have developed, but where the parents' major concern is frequent meltdowns, Brenoir DS is something which is the best support for you, for your child, when it comes to frequent meltdowns. Yeah.
We are proving this scientifically that those things are sitting in like astrology. We are proving them scientifically, like
Yes.
pearls and other
See,
things
Pearl,
can pay.
when we're talking about
Yes,
astrology, now Pearl is something which works on the moon.
moon.
And
Yes,
again, it is said that moon is something which controls the mind.
yeah.
So if wearing a pearl can control your mind, eating a pearl
It's for
can even
everyone,
help.
I guess.
Yes, it's for
It's not
everyone.
for the
We use pearl in so many patients, but the biggest problem is pearl. When we are talking about pearl, you ask for mukta pishti from any other organization, they will simply grind moti in the factory. They will do certain processing. I won't say they are doing technically incorrect thing, but they're not doing what is mentioned in the text. So in the video which we'll be sharing, we do it in the Kharal way, in the traditional way. Behind, we do mantrocharan. The mantrocharan is going on, and there is someone sitting and grinding it manually. We don't even use those electrical grinders and all, because the basic concept of pearl is cooling. And if we are using electricity, which is heating kind of a thing,
yeah.
in making pearl, the potency will change. Now the pearl will
Yes.
not pacify the anger, the pearl will cause anger.
Okay.
So that's why how a mukta pastry is being prepared really matters a lot. So we use gulab jal for that, and we use the classical method that really makes the pearl work. I don't have a, I can't catch up mukta pastry over here, otherwise I would have shown it. So I'll request my camera person if he has a video of mukta pastry, so he can simply show you a glimpse of that, and the complete video will be played after this. It is mentioned in our ancient scriptures that if we are to provide the best results to a patient, Chatushpad need to be at their full potential. In this Chatushpad, the first is Vaidya. The physician needs to be really knowledgeable if the treatment and the outcome of treatment needs to be the best. The second part of the Chatushpad is the Oshad, that is the medicine. Even if the physician is very good, but the medicine, the herb, the mineral is not of that quality, the results won't be that good. Looking at this fact and taking care of this fact that the quality of medication, it really needs to be very good, we at NDK Nirogam Private Limited always try to make the best efficacious medications, keeping in mind the traditional values, the traditional methods which have been laid down by our ancient acharyas for preparing those medicines, and at the same time taking care of all the parameters that are laid down by the modern medical science, the Ayush department, and the various regulatory authorities around the globe. That is why when we are using the specific Ayurvedic combinations prepared at ND Care Nirogam Private Limited, we can be rest assured that the second part, the second Chatushpad, is always at its level best. And the patients who are reaching out to Ayurveda for their ailments are getting the best quality medications and the best outcome of their treatments.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sakshi from Indicare Nirogam Private Limited. As you all have seen different videos of Muktapishi formation, today I would like to add few more insights into it. As the name suggests, Muktapishi, which means the main ingredient herein is Mukta, which means pearl. I would like to tell you the chemical composition of Muktapishi. It contains 82 to 86% of calcium carbonate, 10 to 14% of concolin, and 2 to 4% of water. Thank you. Thank you so much.